What's up guys, and welcome to episode 9 of Mass Effect Talks. This episode was actually requested by one of my viewers, and I figured I would go ahead and talk about it because it is a topic that is being discussed a lot, like online and on forums. And that is the same-sex relationships that are going to be in Mass Effect 3. I think it's a big issue because you haven't been able to romance anybody from the same sex minus the Asari in Mass Effect 1 or Mass Effect 2. And in Mass Effect 1, there was the option early on in the game, like before they even put it out to the public, that you could romance Ashley if you were a female and you could romance Caden if you were a male, but they took it out. I guess they probably took it out because, I don't know, I guess they were, BioWare was probably worried about the kind of ratings that it would get. I have read that they wanted to make Mass Effect like a PG-13 type of game, like if you were watching a PG-13 movie, so they kept the whole male with male out. They did do it for Dragon Age though. I mean, Dragon Age has gone down that route, but I don't know why Mass Effect didn't go down that route in like Mass Effect 2. The interesting thing is though that like around May of this year, Casey Hudson said that the romances in Mass Effect 3, there weren't going to be any new romances, that they were all going to be returning romances. So the characters that were coming back from Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2, those were going to be the only romance options, that there weren't going to be any new romances. And he hasn't, I haven't heard him say anything otherwise, except someone asked him that, to clarify that not long ago. And he didn't really answer. He said I was kind of oversimplifying that. So now it's kind of like we're probably going to have maybe two, I'm guessing, two new romances, which is, I'm almost positive Vega is one of them. And another female, like a new female. When it comes to my playthroughs, in any game that you have the option to do that, I've never gone with a same-sex relationship. Not because I'm like, oh my god, no. Not because of that, no, I'm totally open to it, whatever. You know, I respect that. But I don't feel the need to. The thing that bothers me is that a lot of people get offended by these things, like, especially when they put them in video games. Like, they're like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that. And it's like, I mean, you have the option. You don't have to. It's not like you're forced to be in a same-sex relationship. It's not like the character is made gay. You have the choice. You could do it or not. So I don't get why people get offended by it. A lot of people are already reacting to this news and they're like, oh, this is stupid, and I'm like, what? Someone said, a fan or something like that, said that Mass Effect was geared towards the straight male gamer. One of the developers said, it's not geared towards the straight male gamer, it's geared towards everybody. So I think Mass Effect 3 just, you know, enhances that statement even more because, you know, in Mass Effect 2, they didn't really have those options. But in Mass Effect 3, you are going to have those options, and I think, yeah, well, you know, that's cool. There are a lot of gay gamers out there, so why not give them that option? So the biggest question that everybody has is who are going to be the characters that you could have a same-sex relationship with. We're not going to know. Not until the game comes out, because Casey Hudson already said, he said, anything having to do with relationships or how characters come to a certain point or anything having to do with the characters when it comes to their background, their story, he's not going to say anything. Nobody's going to reveal anything about that. So we're not going to know until we play the game. So anything out there that you guys have read saying Vega's going to be a romance, those are all rumors. They're not coming from BioWare. So because BioWare would not reveal that, because they don't want to reveal anything having to do with the romances. They want that to be completely a surprise. But my speculations are, if you're a female Shepard, obviously Liara is still the one, right? I mean, Liara has been the only one that you could romance when it comes to same sex. Since Mass Effect 1. You couldn't do it really in Mass Effect 2. Kind of continue it in a DLC, but Liara, obviously. But the thing about Liara is she kind of counts and she kind of doesn't, because some people say that the Asari are asexual, and they're not, actually. They're not. The Codex says that they're not asexual. Like, single-celled life are asexual. They're not asexual. Asaris are sexually female. So even though Liara says that they're monogendered, even though they don't really have the terms male or female in their language, sexually they are females. They also have maternal instincts and stuff like that. So sometimes you might see an Asari and say one of them is the mother and another Asari is the father when she's like a female, and you're like, what? It is a strange thought for humans, but for the Asari, they actually are the only species that could mate and reproduce with other species. Because if you get a human and you mate with a let's say with a Krogan, scratch that. You get a human and you mate with a Turian, you're not gonna have offspring because it's not the right. You guys are different species. It just doesn't work that way. In biology, you can't get one species and another species completely different and mate them and then have offspring. Sometimes you can get two species that are similar, like say a wolf and a dog, and they mate and then they have Balto, but they're actually going to be infertile. They won't be able to mate, so that's the only thing. But the Asari are different. The Asari are the only ones that break that rule. Another option for female shepherd, I think it will be Miranda. Don't ask me why, but I don't know, just Miranda seems like she's pretty open to that kind of thing, I think. So I think Miranda is one. Jack is definitely another, because Jack, I mean, she mentioned it in Mass Effect 2 that she will go with a male or with a female. She's done it before. So Jack, definitely another one. Ashley's gotta be one. As much as I'm like, I don't know, I can't really, because of Ashley's personality, I'm just like, I kind of stopped to think whether she would be one, but I think she will be one just because she is, besides Liara, she's the only one that's coming back from Mass Effect 1 that you really couldn't romance her if you were a female. I mean, Liara, you could, so it's nothing new. But Ashley, I think they're probably going to make Ashley an option just because she's one of those characters that are coming back from Mass Effect 1, and if they don't make her one of those same-sex relationships, it'd be kind of like, oh man, you know what? So people might be missing out. So I think Ashley will be another one. Kelly, a lot of people think Kelly is going to be like a main romance for Mass Effect 3, since she really wasn't in Mass Effect 2. She wasn't really considered a main romance for Mass Effect 2, because you didn't really have a romance scene with her. It was only like dancing. If you were romancing someone else, your relationship with Kelly didn't really affect that, and you didn't get the Paramore achievement with her. So she wasn't really like a romance option. So I don't know if they're going to be making her a romance option in Mass Effect 3. I almost doubt it. I really think she's only going to make like a cameo. Who knows? Maybe she will. I don't know. She died in my playthrough, so I always forget about Kelly. I really do. Every time I'm talking about relationships, everybody's like, what about Kelly? And I'm like, oh yeah, Kelly, I forgot about her. 'Cause she died in my playthrough. That's why I hardly ever remember Kelly, but this time I wrote her down. But I really don't know if she's going to be a main romance in Mass Effect 3. If she is, I'm pretty sure she's going to be one of those same-sex options. For male shepherd, number one is Caden, of course. Caden's going to be one of the main same-sex options. You can't not have Caden. Just because you were able, and the same goes for Ashley, you were able to romance Ashley and Caden in Mass Effect 1 before they put the game out to the public. If if BioWare was already thinking that for them in Mass Effect 1, but they cut it out, I'm pretty sure they're gonna just put it back in Mass Effect 3. So, and then also, a lot of people really want the Kaidan and Shepard relationship, the male Shepard. So a lot of people are really backing that one up, more than I think Ashley and Shepard. So Kaidan definitely. I don't know why I kind of think Thane is another one. I really don't know why. Like, I can't really explain it, but he was one of the ones that came to my mind. I was like, Thane. I think Thane is another one. Maybe Shepard and Thane get this like connection going on because of his illness, and there's like this vulnerability there and like support system. So I don't know, I just could see that happening. The two that I'm pretty sure, like really sure that you will not be able to romance if you're a male is Garrus or Jacob. Like, Jacob for sure, no. Given the personality that Jacob has, I just don't see him all of a sudden falling for male Shepard. Because he's just, I don't know, I just don't see Jacob as one of those options. And Garrus, I really don't think so either. Because, I mean, Garrus already had a hard time accepting his feelings for female Shepard. Because he was a Turian, and he was like, this is weird. As awesome as that relationship was, I really wanted to go deeper in Mass Effect 3, because in Mass Effect 2, it was kind of like a, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's release tension. Let's, you know, and I was like, does Garrus really feel something for Shepard? Is it more than just respect and friendship? Is there something more there? Like, I really want to see that in Mass Effect 3. And since Garrus already had a hard time accepting that in Mass Effect 2, I really don't see him all of a sudden going for a male Shepard. And then also his personality. I don't think Garrus is going to be one of those options. And plus, when it comes to the fans, I haven't really seen people asking for a male Shepard and Garrus romance. I think the Garrus romance is, the huge following for Garrus is more females. Females are the ones that really love Garrus. I think Garrus has like this fangirl thing going on. I don't know why. I'm one of those. Don't ask me why. I really don't know. He's just awesome. And then there's Vega. Vega is one of those characters where I'm just like, I have no idea what they're going to do with Vega. I'm pretty sure he's going to be a romance option. If BioWare already said in the beginning that they weren't going to have any new romances, I could see them saying, you know what, let's at least add a new male and a new female. I can't see them saying, oh, let's add, you know, two new guys and like two new girls. No, I could see them saying, okay, like, yeah, well, you know, a lot of people really like how Vega looks, so let's make him a romance. Whether he's going to be open for both, I really don't know, but I think Vega will be one of those options for male and for female. I feel like maybe people would feel like they were being left out, especially for those people that want male with male relationships. And I'm just talking about Vega because I don't know what I'm pretty sure they're going to be making a female as well, a new female. But I'm not going to talk about that because we don't even know about that. So I'm just going to stick to Vega. I feel like if BioWare were to make Vega strictly for females, I think the people that are really excited about the male with male romances are going to feel like they were being left out. Like, they were like, what? You know, we really wanted to get a new character, you know, or because maybe some people out there, I know some people out there have said that it's just weird to start a male with a male romance, especially with people that you have already known from Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2, and then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, let's, you know, I don't just see you as a brother anymore. I love you, you know. So maybe some people want to do male with male, but want a new character because it'd just be weird to continue that type of stuff with some other character that has already been in the Mass Effect universe and you've already established a relationship with them, like a friendship. So it's like, so people want a new character maybe. So I don't know. I think Vega will be those both options. Vega's is really open to so much suggestions, so many questions about Vega. So with the other characters, we could already kind of, guess because we know the romances from Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2, and we know they're coming back. So we could guess there. But Vega, I really don't know. But let me know what you guys think about Vega. Do you think he's even going to be a romance option? Do you think he's going to be one of those options where you could romance him whether you're a male or a female? What do you think? A lot of people are even talking about Joker. Joker being another option for male or female. And I don't know, I doubt Joker will even be a romance. I could see BioWare making him a romance just to please the fans that want that. But at the same time, BioWare, as much as they want to please the fans, if it doesn't make sense in the story, they won't do it. And if they do find a way to do it, they find a really, really good way to do it. So when it comes to the Joker romance, I hope they don't, just because I've said this in other videos. The Joker is just like your brother. He's like your friend, he's been your friend since Mass Effect 1, and you've just established that friendship already with him throughout Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2. And for all of a sudden you to fall in love with him, it's just like, it's just weird. Like, I don't know, it doesn't really work for me. But BioWare always surprises me. Like, they always find a way to do something perfect, where it's just like, oh, that was great. So who knows, they might be able to pull off a Joker romance like in a really good way. I hope they don't. I hope they just keep Joker completely out of the romances and just have him be like your friend, your buddy through the end. I would love to see that with Joker. Just he's been there throughout everything. I mean, he was the one that you died for basically in Mass Effect 2, and it wasn't because you were in love with him. It was because he was part of your crew. He was your friend. He was Joker. You couldn't just leave him. So I don't know. But as much as I wouldn't want to see it, there is a part of me that's kind of curious if BioWare really does it, because I know they're going to do it in a really good way. Now I'm going to be completely honest here. And believe me, I am being as respectful as I can be, because this is a very delicate topic and I don't want to offend anybody out there. But when we're talking about this topic, I have to answer the question, what do you think about Shepard all of a sudden being gay? That is a question that I think all of us have asked ourselves, especially after we heard that this was going to be an option. I have nothing against this topic. If someone chooses to make Shepard gay, go for it. I don't care. But the thought of Shepard all of a sudden being gay is kind of weird to me. It's kind of weird when it comes to the story. Like, I think it's weird because, and by weird, there's so many ways that you can interpret that. But what I mean by weird is, like, out of nowhere, where you're just like, what? And I think it's because BioWare didn't really cross that bridge in Mass Effect 1 or in Mass Effect 2. It was always like, oh no, Shepard isn't gay, he's straight, or she's straight. And you're just, so that mentality has already been put into our heads since it wasn't an option. So now that it is an option, it's just like, how are they going to put it into the story? I think it is going to be very interesting. It will be very interesting the way that they put it into the story. The way that all of a sudden Shepard starts to feel this way for their same-sex companion. I think it is going to be very interesting to see that, how they put it into the story all of a sudden after the third game, and all of a sudden he's or she's changing their mind. So it will be interesting, but like I said, it is kind of like out of the blue, where you're just like, wait, I thought Shepard was straight. But of course it wasn't so much that BioWare was saying Shepard is straight. It's more like they just didn't talk about that. They didn't go into that side of Shepard. So I think the way that they're going to develop it in Mass Effect 3 will be interesting. So that's pretty much it. As interesting as this topic is, and as popular as it is on the forums, there really isn't that much to talk about when it comes to it, because BioWare isn't going to go into it. So all of it is just rumors and guesses, and these are the guesses that I have. These are the characters that I think are going to be the options. I really, there's not much to say right now since it's so early on. I think we're probably going to get more maybe clues, or I don't know, more when the game is almost out. So we might know maybe what to probably expect. But right now it's just so early into it that there's really no way to say this is what's going to happen and this is what I think, you know, because there's really not much to play on right now. But I'd like to know what you guys think, what you guys think about the characters. Who do you think is going to be part of those romances, and anything regarding this topic, let me know. Put it in the comments. So that's it for this video, and I will talk to you guys later.